Sunday night, phone in hand, shopping app open. You didn't need anything, but there you were, scrolling through products, filling your cart, feeling that strange relief that won't last until Monday morning. That's not weakness, that's not lack of control. That's a system working exactly as it was built to work. It just wasn't built to serve you. Marcus is 37 years old, IT security analyst at a federal agency, $72,000 a year, health insurance, federal pension building up, job security. On paper, the life a lot of people want. In practice, the month ending in the red, every second paycheck, a collection of installments on his card. He lost count of when they started, and a growing feeling that he works hard to have very little to show for it. Marcus doesn't spend by impulse. Marcus spends because he needs to, not the products. He needs what the products promise to deliver for 30 seconds of satisfaction, the feeling that life is under control, the feeling that there is a self beyond the timesheet and the overtime request, the feeling that today, at least today, something he actually wanted happened. That has a name. And understanding that name is going to change how you see every purchase you made in the last 12 months. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely spent decades mapping what he calls predictable irrationality, the idea that human beings don't make random mistakes, but systematic, repeatable mistakes that follow patterns. One of the most powerful patterns he identified is what happens when the mind uses consumption as a pressure valve for accumulated emotional stress. It's not impulsiveness. It's a regulation mechanism. It's the mind solving a real problem, just with the wrong tool. Marcus's real problem isn't that he doesn't know how to budget. He does. He's built spreadsheets, used expense tracking apps, read books on personal finance. Marcus's real problem is that the work that was supposed to be a means became the end. And when work becomes the end, the life around it becomes compensation. Think about it. You walk into a week with a stack of demands, a supervisor who's never satisfied, meetings that could have been emails, projects that show up at the last minute, metrics that keep climbing without resources climbing with them. You leave that week emotionally drained, physically spent, with a vague feeling that you gave a lot and got back very little. What do you do on Sunday night? You pay yourself. You reward the Marcus who survived another week, a dinner that didn't need to be at a restaurant, a purchase that didn't need to happen now, a product you'll use twice. You're not buying pleasure, you're buying relief. It's the only form left to tell yourself, you matter. And then Sunday comes around again. Sunday night carries a weight that most people never admit out loud. It's the most honest hour of the week. It's when the mind, without the distraction of the workweek rush or the weekend's entertainment, faces what's coming. Monday, the meeting, the project that didn't move, the supervisor who's going to ask, the week that already feels heavy before it starts. What do you do with that weight? Marcus opens the app, adds the headphones. The old ones still work fine. The jacket he already has something similar to. The subscription he'll use for 3 days. And feeling the relief that lasts a few minutes, he closes the app. Then reopens it, closes it, opens it again. Not from compulsion, from emotional regulation. The purchase doesn't solve Sunday. It postpones Sunday by 45 minutes. That pattern has an invisible cost. It's not just the money that disappears, it's the perception that you have no control. It's the proof, repeated every month, that you're incapable of doing differently. It's the quiet construction of an identity you didn't choose, the person who earns decent money and accumulates nothing. And that's the point most conversations about finance miss entirely. They treat compensatory spending as a discipline problem, as if you need more willpower, a tighter budget, more self-control. But willpower is a finite resource. And when you've already spent every ounce of it surviving a week of work that doesn't belong to you, there's nothing left to resist the app on Sunday night. The question isn't whether you're strong or weak. The question is what you're using to solve a problem that your spreadsheet can't see. Marcus doesn't have a financial problem. Marcus has an emotional contract with his job that he never consciously signed, but that he honors every single month. The contract works like this. You submit to a pace of life you didn't choose, embrace an identity you didn't build, deliver energy that won't be recognized in the proportion it deserves, and in exchange, you buy the right to exist for yourself for a few hours on the weekend. That's not a character flaw. That's the logic of someone who learned through repeated experience that the only variable he controls in this equation is consumption. What do you control at your job? The meeting that got scheduled over your gym time? The project that arrived Thursday needing to be done by Friday? The salary that hasn't kept up with inflation for 3 years? The recognition that was promised and never came? You control the purchase. It's the only decision of the week that belongs entirely to you. And when it's like that, when consumption is the only expression of autonomy left, cutting the spending isn't financial discipline, it's amputation. And that's why every budget fails, and every expense tracking app lasts 3 weeks, and every New Year's resolution dies in February. Not because you're disorganized, because you're trying to solve with numbers a problem that lives in the layer below any number. Let's talk about that layer. There's a concept in organizational psychology called the deferred life plan. The idea that you're living a provisional version of your life while you wait for the right conditions to start the real version. The pension milestone, the promotion, paying off the car, hitting 10 years with the agency, then you'll start investing, then you'll start building, then you'll take care of your health, your relationships, the projects that have been waiting. While that moment doesn't arrive, you manage the provisional. And managing the provisional means not rocking the boat, not questioning what's working, not creating friction with the system that sustains you. Compensatory spending is the tool you use to manage the provisional without breaking. It's the buffer between what life was supposed to be and what it is right now. Each purchase says quietly, it's not time yet, but at least today was okay. The problem is that the provisional stays, and the buffer gets more expensive, and the distance between the life you're managing and the life you wanted to build keeps growing in a way that no spreadsheet captures, but that you feel every Monday morning before the alarm goes off. Before we continue, I need to show you something I built after understanding exactly what we're talking about here. It's called the Free Your Mind Kit, 3 tools that work together. The ebook has 35 pages of real financial psychological diagnosis. It's not a savings tip, it's a map of the invisible patterns that trap men with stable salaries. The Cost of Stability Calculator is an interactive tool. You enter your numbers and it shows you the real cost of not acting, in wealth, in time, in deferred freedom. And the Free Your Mind series is 3 audio tracks of 7 to 12 minutes, made to listen to when you wake up or before you sleep, working on identity, value, and action where knowledge alone can't reach. The 3 complement each other. The ebook creates intellectual awareness, the calculator creates emotional awareness, the audios work on identity. It's not a course, no subscription, lifetime access, everything for $9. The link is in the description, when you're ready. Back to what we were saying. The first thing that changes when you understand compensatory spending isn't the behavior, it's what you stop telling yourself. You stop telling yourself you're disorganized, that you're impulsive, that you have no discipline, and you start asking something more useful. What was this purchase solving that I couldn't solve any other way? That's not a philosophical question, it's a diagnostic question. And the answer is rarely about the product you were about to buy. Sometimes the answer is, today my manager criticized me in front of the team and I said nothing. Sometimes it's, today I sat in a 2-hour meeting that accomplished nothing and I couldn't decline. Sometimes it's, today I caught myself doing exactly what I was doing 5 years ago and realized nothing has changed. Those answers aren't solved by any product, but they are temporarily relieved by one for 45 minutes. And the price of that relief at the end of 12 months is exactly what you would need to start building the variable that would give you another option besides the job that's draining you. Marcus did the math one day. Not the total spending, the compensatory spending, the items bought on Friday nights or Sunday evenings that he could identify as pure emotional regulation. $940 a month, $11,280 a year. Over 5 years, $56,400. That's not the money he lost. That's the money he used to endure a system that with $56,400 saved, he could have started to exit. But here's what most people do at this point. When they arrive at that number, when they see the real cost of the pattern, the automatic reaction is guilt. You feel guilty for the purchases, guilty for the money that's gone, guilty for not seeing it sooner. And guilt does exactly what every uncomfortable emotion does when it has nowhere to go. It becomes one more thing that needs to be relieved. And the favorite relief is the one we already know. The guilt you feel about compensatory spending feeds compensatory spending. That's the loop that no app breaks. What breaks the loop isn't guilt. It's recognition without judgment. It's looking at your bank statement and saying, that money went to solve a real problem I had. The problem was real. The solution was expensive and not very efficient. But I wasn't wrong to want to solve it. That's not an excuse. That's the honest starting point for a different solution. Marcus didn't cut his Sunday purchases. Marcus built a second option for Sunday, one that cost nothing and solved the same thing, the transition from work mode to self mode. It took 3 months for his body to trust the new transition. In the first 2 months, the app still appeared, but so did the question. And sometimes the question was enough to close the app. Not every time. Sometimes the purchase happened anyway, but differently, consciously, knowing what it was solving, and with that awareness, solving less. Because part of the pull of compensatory spending comes from feeling like you have no control. Like something dragged you to that screen. When you name what dragged you, part of the compulsion dissolves. That's not willpower. That's intelligence about your own pattern. And here is the point I want you to carry from this conversation. The money you spend trying to stay whole while working in a system that drains you is the same money that could build the exit from that system. Not because you're inconsistent, because nobody showed you that the problem isn't discipline. It's the direction your energy flows when the tank is empty. You have a choice that isn't on your bank statement. It's not to stop spending. It's to stop spending in the wrong place. You stayed until here. That already says something. Most people open a video about money and close it in 3 minutes. You stayed. You listened. You're looking for something real. The question that remains isn't how much you spent. It's how much longer you're going to pay to endure what you could be building. Drop a word in the comments below. Just one. The word that describes what you feel on Sunday night before you open the app. No explanation needed. One word is enough. If what you heard here made sense, the Free Your Mind kit goes deeper. The link is in the description. Subscribe to the channel, not for money tips, for a different way of thinking about why you do what you do with your money. Sunday is going to come again. The question is what you're going to do with it.